since Monday's the 5th.
Yeah. My first day back in Newbury. Right, so you wanted to have a chat?
Yes. Well, I've been so tired lately, but I've tried to think things through a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what you think, but exactly, but I was thinking this business of the money with Colin,
Mm.
I can't really get my head around it, but I'm also thinking when they went out to Canada, oh, they were going to be able to come back every bloody year.
Well, I think Colin even told me twice a year, and that's never, none of it's ever come to fruition, to be honest.
And then they come over here and spend money like flipping water.
Yes, I know.
So, what I was thinking of doing is to write out in a letter exactly why I can't do it.
Okay.
Because I haven't looked it up to be sure when I gave them the last lot in a big lump.
Ironically, I have updated because I did a spreadsheet with the checks and how much they were, and
Yeah, I think I've got it in the cupboard, but whether I could put my hand straight on it, I don't know.
Those are, and I'll make it clearer.
I can
leave my glasses.
get me glasses.
So, well, it is one of those things, some of these are blanks. If they've got a cross there, that means that it was a cheque that possibly was written, but it's never been cashed. So it could mean that either you changed your mind about the payment, or
Well, that was a direct debit.
Yeah, that's why I put it there.
That's the thyroid on the here.
But the change in the colour is these are all over 7 years old. So
anything up there we needn't worry about.
Don't need to worry about it at all. It's gone.
But we see I've got there, and there, and there. £1,000 when she got married.
Yeah.
But there was no sign of Jennifer or Glenn's getting married at that
time. No.
So I gave them money because I think they were beginning to live together with Gordon and that. But that's those two checks. And they're yours. And then we're all right.
Yeah, it was after we spoke to David that's the sort of the line really.
Yeah.
That's when everything is straight, but it's all these payments are the ones that is potentially a problem. Luckily, these two in 2019 are not far off disappearing.
They disappear in June
Yeah,
this year.
June this year, yeah. And to be honest, because they're so close to the 7 years, I think we, if it came about, then I think we could probably get away with those. It's one of those things that overall it's a 7 year period. There are break points where you don't pay 40% on them. But unfortunately, if you gave Colin a cheque for £10,000 tomorrow, that's
Well, I'm not like this up here.
no. Well, in many respects, I think when you first started paying them, I don't know whether you ever thought you'd be there.
And
Sort of
then
7 years
here
later.
now.
Well, no, it's
To be honest, when Dad died, I thought it wouldn't be long before I follow him.
yeah. Well, that is the way it happens sometimes, and I don't know what will happen with Marjorie in a way. It's always difficult to tell. But in many respects, I think probably this move up here has done you more good in, say, 7 years. Well, it's actually 9 years plus since you actually moved up here, but certainly I would say post Dad, you've lived an awful lot better than you did probably in the 7 years before that, if the truth be told. So I think both you and Dad were struggling more than you ever let on.
Oh, I know I was.
Yes, yeah.
And to a point that Dad was.
I know he was.
And I mean, for the last part of a 12 months before he was into the doctor.
Well, before he got the diagnosis, really.
Yeah.
But Dad was stubborn, and
we worked it all out as to why we could.
Yeah. It's frustrating, but I do understand, because you never want to sort of give up on what you've had, but sometimes you have to be a bit more realistic about these things. I think I think Dad probably struggled more than a lot of people with perhaps being a bit realistic. And it's a hell of a difference, two people muddling together, than one person trying to do it all on their own. And this is why, to a certain extent, you can perhaps see it with Marjorie and Philip, that I'm talking about probably even pre-accident and things like that, or sort of after the accident, before Philip started to get more poorly. They were able to muddle together, because what one person couldn't do, the other one probably could. But when it's like Marjorie, she's been on her own now for quite some time, albeit with, a fair amount of care provision. But she, even with Philip, they wouldn't be able to muddle. And Marjorie can't muddle.
Well, so I don't know. She's never been used to being on her own.
No, but
But up to a point.
To a point,
But
yeah.
even so, I mean, it's less unusual. Some days I don't get any, but it's not unusual to have 2 phone calls in a day
Yeah,
from her.
yeah.
They're only short ones, but
Yeah.
it's because you want somebody to talk
Oh,
to.
yes, yeah. And, you know, the reality of it is that in the last few years, you haven't had some of the people that you used to phone up and talk to. You know, there's Mary and there's Leonard. Marjorie's probably, you know, gone a bit, well, she isn't probably the same sort of person that you would have talked to years ago. You know, and like Christine, you know, used to phone up and have a chat with her every now and again.
Yes.
You know, Mrs. Carmen, you know, years ago used to perhaps have a chat with once a year or something. Lynn Bennett.
Next sheet of it now.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure she's learnt her lesson?
I think she'll come down there. I do, she's parking in the car.
I didn't leave her. Do you want to go out to see to her? But I think she's just going to be.
Right, I'm not going to see it. Shall I put this lever here?
Yes, that's all right.
Right, back there.
Both of them are all right on their own. But you know, unfortunately, there's not a lot that can be done about it. It's what happens to elderly people. And then you're in a more fortunate position than some because you have got neighbours that know you're still able to go to your coffee morning and you know, the seniors once a month and things like that, which is more than a lot of elderly people are actually able to do.
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm sure if Marjorie could go to a coffee morning like you do once a week, it would probably do the power of good.
Well, she goes to church every Sunday morning, and it's really more for the company.
Yes, yeah. Well,
because she's
not
that keen on the services.
No, I know, but
but it takes the right.
Yes, and it's why a lot of people will go to church or get involved in church things, is because it brings you into contact with other people. I'm sure if you wanted to go to church, I'm sure that someone at church would.
But the only service they have right now, a few in between, but not very few, is 9:30 in the morning. Well, that's not a good time for me.
Yeah, but you've been alright this morning. You've been alright this morning. No, anyway, we're sort of deviating a bit, but
But Marjorie's beginning to get a little bit confused over things. And when I say confused, she repeats herself a lot.
Well, she's been doing that for a long time, hasn't she? Really. Except that's not new. But it won't get any better.
No. But I think Nigel's annoying me over it all. The same as Colin annoys me.
Yes.
All over Christmas, she only saw him when he was he came into Veronica's. You know. Whereas Aiden, he puts himself out to go round and see her, you know, if let the sharing out so it's not to take the children out.
Yeah. I'm not going to stop too long because there's a laser.
Oh yes, I'll have to tell you and Terry about that.
Well, Terry what it starts at 5 o'clock and it's one night only. I think it's 5 till 10, and he wants to be able to go up to the Ridgeway and take his drone up there to record it. So I do think there's going to be a lot of people up there.
Taking,
Sorry? Oh, we'll drop the dogs off at
and
home.
Sheila with him.
No. He's outside with Sheila. 5 to 5 and
Yeah.
dark. So it's, but I don't know. You were saying you wanted to put a letter together. Is it a letter to send to Colin, or a letter just to have a record of your thoughts and intentions?
Well, I was thinking of sending it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realise that they would go out of the 7 years quite so quick as they're going to be.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
How I feel about
Me doing writing or putting it in?
well, I don't know what Colin has told you exactly, or what he's asked for exactly, because that's your conversation with him. All I know is that he phoned me a couple of weeks ago out of the blue and sort of.
Well, he's not mentioned it to me
What?
again.
Not again, right? Okay. So I don't know, and it's the whole thing is
The trouble
what do
is,
you mean in a
well,
really quite impossible position.
When he phones, it's usually late in the evening,
Mm.
and he's up till 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. But it's really, really difficult because I don't think he's not very. He's a bit dense sometimes. He's not very empathetic, so he doesn't understand how other people are thinking, or even putting himself
In their position.
in their position. You know. So I presume he didn't call you on that Sunday when you had the family
No,
over.
he didn't call me till the following day. So I've had no contact other than with James and Jordan.
Which you do appreciate came about because I put my foot down.
Mm.
Because I had a message the night before from Jordan saying, you know, basically, she sent some little pictures which are rather cute, to tell me that, you know, they were expecting again. I said, oh, congratulations, that's lovely. And then the next thing was, oh, could you tell your mum? And I was thinking, well, actually, no, this isn't right. So that's why I had said, oh, perhaps we will arrange. So could you find the time that we could just do something on Christmas Day, so that you and James can give the good news to you directly, and also before, you know, it's announced on Facebook. But otherwise, you know, I just sort of do it. You know, I sort of feel as though I do bloody enough.
When I think about it, when Jennifer's second baby was born, Theo, it was Colin that told me.
Yeah, well, I've never been told.
No.
I was never told she was expecting, apart from what you told me.
Mm.
So, you know, I'm not, you know, it just makes me sort of feel, what's the point of family that can't involve you in nice, good things as well as, you know, the rest. And I was just thinking, well, you know, but before they went to Canada, those children were the closest I've ever had to having my own children.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel more cut by it all than perhaps I should do. You know, if I'd had my own children, I wouldn't have been bothered so much.
No.
But, you know, I haven't, and I always thought I would be a good auntie to them. You know, you always sort of sometimes.
Don't you?
Well, you know, it's
And you were always very good with them.
They adored me.
You always came to see them, and
they absolutely adored me when I was, you know, saw a lot of them, and you know, and it was, you know, I felt the same way in reverse. But when, particularly when they went down to Dorset, you know, I always felt that Colin and Debbie did their best not to make me feel unwelcome. It was never, and I think once we got invited, we were supposed to go there for a Sunday lunch, and then it turned out, oh, Debbie turned around and said, oh, we're going to have our roast in the evening. So I didn't get dinner, didn't get. I think I got biscuits, tea and biscuits and I'd driven 2 hours, you know, down to see them, being invited for Sunday lunch. and Debbie turns around and says, "Oh, we're having our meal in the evening." Well, obviously I was going home then. So, you know, but that's how thoughtless
Well,
they
I
are.
know when we used to go down there, it was always Colin that gave us the invitation.
Yeah.
And when we got there, we would have had nothing if I hadn't taken it.
Yes, yeah. And it's,
And usually that fed the children and all.
yeah.
And we went to one birthday party, and Rosemary was there, and they never gave her anything. Then she had to go back because she had to go somewhere with David, and she hadn't been offered a mouthful of anything. Fortunately, I had taken some.
Probably sausage rolls or something.
Well, I think, in actual fact, I think it was some pasties and homemade. That's pastry.
Yeah. Debbie, you know, she's, you know, and it's all very well to blame Debbie for all of this, but the way I look at it now is Rachel, Jennifer and James, none of them live at home. They've got their own houses, they're bringing up children, they must surely be mature enough to make their own decisions. And if they chose to phone you or send you something, Debbie doesn't need to know. They don't need to tell Debbie or Colin. They can do it independently, but they just seem to be a little bit, well, but because of the influence of both Debbie and Colin, they have become quite selfish and thoughtless.
Well, I think
they're full of good words, but no good deeds. You know, and this is how I feel about it. I don't want to influence you. You know, I'm going to be, you know, it's quite straightforward about everything I say. That's how I see it. And I know that other people might have a different viewpoint. You might even have a slightly different viewpoint on it.
I don't.
But this is my opinion. And it is the same way that Terry sees things. Terry and I both, when we went over for Rachel's wedding, they treated us like
dirt.
Shit. Dirt. You both like. We were ignored, expected to sleep in disgusting conditions, and well, you can see you saw the photo. I'm family. Rosemary was in nearly every other photo, but that was it was Debbie's way of controlling and sticking two fingers up at me. And unfortunately, Colin has never stood up to her. Never ever stood up to her. And it's because she makes everyone's life hell because of it. You know, but and I can even go back to my first trip to Canada with Graham. Graham thought they were awful, talked to me. But you know, the next trip with for Rachel's wedding was 10 times worse. You know, but it is just so inhospitable to people that have made.
Well, it's a long journey and cost and everything.
We paid for it all ourselves. We didn't. I didn't go to Dad and say, "Oh, Dad, will you give me the money to go out to Canada to see, you know, see my family." You know, we've always, you know, we did that ourselves. And we thought we were doing a good thing. I honestly, especially perhaps Rachel's wedding, I hoped that we would start to heal some of these rifts, and instead it opened up even wider than ever. And then the trips over here, you know, Debbie has done her damnedest to make things awkward, particularly to me, or towards me.
Because all this problem was with,
It
really with Dad.
was with Dad, but
And I can, to a point, I can understand
yeah,
that, but not. But then, she's the same with her own sister.
Yeah.
It was just disgusting the way she treats her.
Yeah. But it's that sort of polarised view that, you know, she's right and everyone else is wrong. But, you know, but even if you allow a little bit of, you know, a certain amount of discretion over it all, you know, the bottom line, it just comes back to the fact that she's just not a very forgiving person, and in many respects,
Well, she treats people,
she's
in
biting.
a way of speaking, she's just as bad as Uncle Reg was.
Yeah, and
Me.
Yeah, and you know, the upshot of it is really that she's responsible for Colin not being included in the will. That's why Dad made that decision, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, but I don't know. Wish things had been a bit different, but you can't undo that kind of damage now.
No. But all these things were, I've got so, I overgrown out, and especially with the run up to Christmas. And the fact, I mean, apart from that phone call I had, which would have been the 29th of December, I haven't had a dicky bird. Anybody. And that's over. Oh, I know I need these girls. What was that going on? Everything going on.
Yeah, it was
I even thought Christmas, it wasn't this week, not last week.
Right. Well, I think it was a bit naughty sending somebody as early as they did this morning, but it's a very difficult one.
Oh well, I can understand them. They've all got, nearly all of them have got children.
Well, the ones that do have, probably they've got priority over whether they work Christmas or New Year. There's an awful lot of sickness around at the moment, you know, with colds, flu, upset tummies, all the rest of it, probably overexcited children and everything else to go with it.
But still, don't spoil Terry's.
Yeah.
It's just that I felt I wanted to be able to talk to somebody, some of these things you can't. I mean, Sandy and Gus were brilliant, and they, you know, I mean, they phoned me this morning to tell me they weren't going to go to Neil's this morning, and did I want anything done? I said, no, I'm fine, and I've managed. I mean, I had Teresa this morning, And,
How do you find her?
Hmm?
How do you find her?
she's very good, really. She's quite nice. But she's, she's, she does talk.
Yeah, no, it's just, I'm not sure about her.
Uh,
It's just things that she writes in her reports. I'm just not sure about her. She's a bit of a grumbler by the sound of it. I don't know whether she says things to you or not.
she's, well, I mean, it's like this morning. I don't have her very often.
No,
I
I know
have
that
her
she should.
sometime. But this morning, apart from the fact that it was too bloody early,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, I would agree with that.
she, I mean, she's just got on and did things, you know, put things ready.
Yeah, I don't think she did that many jobs, to be honest. She didn't do very many jobs.
Not an awful lot, no.
No.
And that,
Well,
but
I
I mean,
can
she
just
got,
see a big stack of biscuits. I can see a big stack of biscuits on you.
yeah, well, they were all on a plate
Yeah.
with the sandwiches, mainly, you know, for lunch, and that sort of thing. Which was a bit over the top.
Well, this is it. I think sometimes I know you probably think I go on about food, but there is a reason for it. And, but it's important that you eat what you need to eat. And I think, she did your sandwich and everything else, but I think she broke down, she did you a snack plate and things like that. But sometimes these things, if they're just thrown at you all the time, it actually has the reverse effect. Because you think, oh God, I've really got to eat all that. Who the hell needs 4 bourbon biscuits and a millionaire shortbread? You obviously don't.
Well, I certainly
On top of a sandwich, on top of possibly a packet of crisps, on top of a banana or fruit.
Oh, I've had a banana and I've had a cream cracker with no cheese in it, but plenty of butter.
Yeah. She got that bit right. No, it's just, I don't know, she seems to be, it all seems to be full of, I've done this, and this, and then, but she hasn't done something else that probably should have been done. You're not actually getting a lot of the jobs done that should be done.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, do you want to have some tea?
Yeah, better have that, and you better go.
Yeah, I will. I'll
see
go
this
for 5 minutes.
later. Right.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be alright.
Where would Harwell be compared to here?
I've no idea.
At my bedroom window.
Probably. I don't know how much of it you'll like to see, but if Terry gets his photos, he'll show them to you.
Mm.
But,
I expect, knowing Chris like I do, I think he'll have plenty of photos as well.
Oh yeah.
He's interested in all that. He has to get out there to see the aeroplanes and the helicopters.
Oh God, he's just like Terry. Stuff that boils the pants off me. I think it's a man
As far as
thing.
I'm
And I don't suppose Sandy's that interested either. She lets him get on with that aspect.
No, she'll have a look at it, but,
Yeah, but it could be,
because of course, really.
yeah.
Well, the whole family will
Oh,
probably
yeah.
go out there to have a look.
Oh, yeah, but it is a one-off, so it's probably worth having a look. But yeah.
Have they got your car mended?
Oh yes, yeah. But my nice garage people did me a favour and got it done ever so quickly for me, so it's all done, all MOT'd, all sorted for a while anyway.
No. Sue,
Yeah, well,
they're not,
don't know.
you managed to have that. And Sandy told me you didn't get one yet for yourself.
One what?
Amarilla.
Oh, I bought Terry one.
Oh, you bought
I
it?
did buy Terry. Not a fancy one like yours. I did get him one. Because they'd sold out. When I went back to get
Mum's
one for Terry.
shooting now.
Oh, is it? Where is it? Right here. Oh, that didn't take long, did it? Wow. I didn't think they would go so quickly as that.
Oh, once they start growing,
Well, I know that they do grow very
They
quickly,
grow very
but I
quickly.
thought it would
Oh.
take longer for it to, when you shoot up like that. Um, very, very quickly. According to the reports, it's 3 weeks since your bedding has been changed. And it's almost 3 weeks since that cover's been changed. And that should be
oh, I
something.
intend to have it done tomorrow.
I know, but where's the other 2 weeks in between? And I think you're going to have to write a list of jobs for them to do in advance of them coming, because I think sometimes they do come a bit early. You're probably not quite with it. Just jot down 2 or 3 things to make sure that they get done. Only, some of these girls, they do seem to be a bit, well, they won't do anything unless you ask them to. They've got certain things on their list which are absolutely written in stone, but a lot of the general sort of things that don't need to necessarily be done every single day or whatever, things like changing that chair cover, they don't look for a job like that. So they rely on you to ask them to do it. So I don't know who you're going to have tomorrow, but it would be worth writing down, because it takes 5 seconds to whip that off, put it in the washing machine, and put another one. Well, I say 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Because my observation from the reports is that
I don't think there's too many things unless there's something in the cupboard.
Washing have a look. You are a little bit getting low on them, so I will get some more. I'm not too sure with the washing pods that we had when Hazel and Karen were doing the washing. Their hands are wet when they handle them, which dissolves them, because there's a horrible sticky mess in the bottom of that basket.
Mm.
So I think probably what I'm going to do is go back to buying the liquid. That way we won't have this.
It goes in the drawer.
I think probably if they're getting something, say wet stuff out of the bin, they then put wet hands and they're taking the thing out, and then it dissolves the outer casing. It's like a
Yeah,
it's a bit of a gel around it, which is water soluble. Put it all in there,
Oh,
don't
God,
know.
you've got all.
You ready? No. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, Lisa, can't see it.
Not yet.
Well, it's not high, but can't see it. It may be, it's not as bright as I thought it would be.
Oh, well, we'll have to go on it.
It's still-
But maybe do your own list, because although I've done that list, but perhaps have something that you can sort of plan out, because especially you don't have a shower every day, and those are the days when they've got to do something else that's a bigger job, which Vicky, bless her, she seems to be the only one that you get a decent amount of work out of, and yet she's you really like her, she's a nice girl, and I don't think you feel rushed or pressured by what she
Oh,
does.
she never rushes you.
No, exactly.
She just gets on with things.
Yeah, she quietly gets on with the job.
I do like Vicky.
But it's you can't have Vicky every day, unfortunately. So I think it's you just have to appreciate Vicky for the days that she does come, but I think you do need to get some of these others to shift their asses a bit. And that would I think you'd get more out of it if you had a little bit of a thought, right, I've had a shower today, may not have one tomorrow, I'll get them to wash my bedding, because that should be washed every week. This chair cover minimum changed every week, because best one in the world, you've probably got crumbs all over it. Aside from anything else, but
It's getting cold out there, Terry.
he said he can't see the laser.
He can't.
No.
No, it might be because it's cloudy. It might not be that bright. It might not work.
It may not work, yeah.
To go to the which way, not see it, it's very nice, wouldn't it? It's too dark to take the dogs for a walk.
I know you're probably going to things over,
Cheer up, quiet.
but this is,
Get in the chair.
some of it's going to be a little bit irrelevant
Get in the
to your
chair.
situation,
Right, be quiet.
but there is some good advice in here. I'm going to give you only some of the advice that's in here. I think you will find that things could be a little bit better. And a lot of it is to do with eating and drinking. And it's not that I think you've got to eat a lot of food. Sometimes it's eating, making good choices and eating a bit of variety.
Yes, I like a bit of variety.
Yes, but unless we can work on this, I can't do much more than I'm doing at the moment. But that all I'm going to suggest, have a read, take your time over it. I think maybe we'll have a chat, see if there's anything we could do that's different to what we're doing at the moment to actually
Make life easier.
well, not so much easier. I don't think it will make it easier, but it might make things less repetitive. Because I feel if I had toast for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, ready meal for tea, I'd be pretty sick of it after a while. But I think some of it, I can't do a lot of things.
Well, you can't do everything, Marian.
No, I know, but it's not so much that I intend to do everything, but there isn't any point in me buying different things or fresher things if I end up a week later throwing it away.
Sheila, come here. Sheila.
So it kind of needs a bit of a plan to it. Because there's no point in me buying you eggs if you don't eat them. They've got to be eaten fresh. And I'm not talking about buying you half a dozen eggs. I'm thinking, if I buy us half a dozen, I can take 2 out for you. Just so that you could maybe have something different for either breakfast or lunch or for tea. But, it's a different food. Really good.
Come here, now.
Really, really good source of protein without fat and stuff. But all I can say is have a read through.
Yes, I will.
A hell of a lot of it is going to be completely irrelevant because they're suggesting you go jogging, and I'm sort of thinking, I think your jogging days are well over. But there are little things. You could actually, even when you sat there, just simple things. Keep your calf muscles.
Oh, yes. I'll just try to do a bit of that.
Yeah, but those calf muscles are probably the most important muscle in your body as regards stability. And it will help with swelling. I know these stockings are helping and keeping your feet up, but just keeping your feet up alone isn't that's it, that's the rotation. But you only have to do it 2 or 3 times a day, and you can do it sat down. No, do it when you're.
That's what we used to do at the exercise class.
Exactly, but it's not putting pressure on your knees, not putting undue pressure on your heart and everything else. So just it's baby steps, but it will.
It all helps.
It does help, because the problem is that if you let everything go, you end up, not being able to even shuffle around, And the thing is with hydration, and good food helps your memory. I've noticed you've not been as clear as you were, and these things like dehydration, malnutrition, it all adds that to confusion.
Sheila.
and you know, I think the last thing you
Sheila, come here
confused.
and stop that. So I'll put you outside.
But going back to Colin, do you want to put together a few notes as to what you want to perhaps say to him? I don't want to write it as such, but I would rather you put something together.
And you can check it through.
We can tidy it up, and we can put it on the
Put it to AI.
no, we can type it, and you know you can date and sign it. But I know that I think it's going to be very hard to do. It's hard to say no to Colin. Or, you know, we just have to think what, if there's, it would help if he actually said exactly what his intentions are, you know, made a point that it would be better to come in, you know, in small units. And like Rachel and Dylan, they could come on their own. They don't even have to bring the children. I know it'd be nice to see them, but but probably only that nice for about 5 minutes, really. If they're you know, anything to go by with young children, they can just be a bit wary, I think.
Well, that is the trouble, and as soon as you get too many, they'll then start making any noise, or even if there's any chatter.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult to hear what's being said and that sort of thing.
Well, I don't know how you got on, you know, when David and Rosemary and the two girls. But I think Rosemary sort of tried.
David is
Tried to. He's lovely with them, isn't he? He's really hands-on. Because they're actually quite well-behaved girls, really. They're very nice, well-behaved girls.
They are.
Yeah, they're very sweet.
And Rosemary bought some of those packs and stuff with crayons and
Yeah. Well, they had something to do to keep them. You know, either Rosemary or David could keep them occupied.
But they weren't noisy or
No, I thought they were.
screaming or
I thought they were
running around laughing or.
No, I think they were lovely, actually. Very sweet. But it's an awful lot easier with hands-on.
Well, I'll say that for both of Dylan's. With the children, they were barely better than their mothers. If you want to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, but you know, I was just sort of thinking that there are times when less is more. Less is more. Sorry, Bean.
Right, okay.
Don't know, what time's your carer tonight?
In about half an hour, I think she's
Right.
due, but that doesn't make follow.
Sasha.
Yeah. She's another one that's a bit.
She got a bit on the quiet side, didn't she? She was the one I did meet.
What time is it?
I'm sorry, I didn't
Doesn't matter.
1800. 6 o'clock.
But that's no
Sit
guarantee.
up.
That's no guarantee. Help yourself.
I will. I'll eat the toffee because you probably can't.
I am a bit wary of toffees.
But yeah.
Right, are you ready to move?
I am ready to go.
Come on then, Sprout.
I hope you can see it. As you go through.
Right, well, we'll see. Right, I will say cheerio. I'm going to get in the car.
Yeah, all right then, Terry. Take care. Bye for now.
I haven't got the car keys.
Eh?
Let's go home, John. I haven't got my car keys. Come on, Sprouty, Sprouty. Come on, Sprouty,
That's
Sprouty.
righty.
Lovely tea. Oh, Sprout, I think that's enough. That's enough.
You're gonna kiss your mum?
Good girl.
Well, take care then, darling. And I'll do a bit more thinking.
Don't overthink it. No, just
See where we can get to.
yeah, that's right. I think Colin just needs to be a bit more straightforward. We can't turn around and sort of have a go at me for you not giving him money without us actually really knowing what's going on. And then to, say it once and I don't know.
No, I think he blames, in a breath, he's probably blaming you for me not giving it to him. Very unfair.
Well, if you added up the checks from when from after Dad died, it comes to about £40,000. Okay, it's not all given to Colin. Some of it's James, probably some for Rachel, and everything else. But that doesn't even include any cash items.
It takes a long time to get 3,000.
Sorry?
It takes a long time to add up 3,000.
Well, 6,000. No, and it's not that
And that is something for you to transfer over to your account.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Well, I'm not gonna do anything about that for the moment.
Unless there's something you want to spend it on.
No, it's not even that. It's more that I would just prefer the dust to settle a little bit and for us to know a little bit more about what Colin's after, or if he's got a sensible proposition. And I'd prefer that we give it a little bit of thought. Because the truth is, if I've got the money, then you've got no choice about what happens to, or who or what or where or anything. But and I don't want to feel so I put you under any coercion. Because that wouldn't make me feel very good.
Alright, and my darling, you take care.
The only thing I would suggest.
Because I need you.
Yeah.
Well, I love
I
you.
know. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm like, I love you back. But I know I'm not always very good at showing these things. It's
Well,
so some of it's the way I am, but I would still say actions speak louder than words, and that's how I get through.
all right, then, Don.
Yeah. What then I was going to say, I think I would like you to give Terry a gift,
Yes.
£250 if you wouldn't mind. And the reason for that, Terry has worked his absolute socks off getting these solar panel stuff sorted,
Yes.
and you are in for fairly good windfall
Mm.
with that. I'm not going to tell you how much at the moment because it probably hasn't hit your account, but I think you will be very pleasantly surprised. And I'm thinking, without Terry, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of what I do.
No.
And then the kids, it can
Oh,
be,
well,
it can be a pain in the arse, and everything else, and it can be quite
I
opinionated.
do appreciate what he's done.
But his heart is totally in the right place. And he's hugely supportive to me.
Well, I'm grateful for that, because that you've got some support now, but I don't think you've ever had it.
Anyway,
Well,
I'm not going to do anything at the moment,
No.
either way. But if you could possibly,
Well,
I'm going to suggest that you actually talk to Terry about it and just say it's a mark of my gratitude. All right.
Mm.
And, you can say I know it doesn't make up for everything you do, but just to show that I appreciate what you do, because he doesn't get much.
All right, my love.
All right, you take care.
I'll go along with what you say there.
All right. Now I know I can come across as being a bit of a bossy cow, but unfortunately, I've had to stand up to people quite a lot over the years.
You have.
Whether it's a husband or a good-for-nothing boyfriend, and I have to stand up to Terry quite a lot as well. And now I feel as though I'm having to do battle with my brother. I don't want any of this conflict. I really don't. But I do feel as though I'd be trampled over if I didn't stand my ground sometimes.
It's what I miss with your dad, because whenever we were doing anything, we always discussed what.
Yeah.
And compromise sometimes.
Yeah, you don't always get your own way.
Or disagree.
Gets their own way, but if you can agree to disagree, that can be just as healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I must go.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'll see you either Saturday or Sunday. I have no idea which day yet, because it depends a bit on the weather.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then.
And I'm sorry for being a bit of an ear bashing.
Take care.
All right. Am I forgiven for bashing your ears?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
If it's there.
All right. Okay. We'll see you.
All right, then, love.
All right. Take care. Night night.
Night night. Night night.